Hi, I'm Charmaine. Welcome to the Love of Self podcast, where we delve into the emotional aspects of finding love for self. Today's topic is takeover. There are many instances where we see things that have the potential to steer our minds in some way. And one must ask themselves, to whose benefit is my mindset? One must ask themselves, to what place does my mind go when I gravitate toward these concepts and beliefs? I think we all have the opportunity to see something within everything that tries to steer the direction of where they believe we should go or where they want us to go. And all of the activities of the world that grab our attention to take our minds to a place that have enabled something within the tug of war of life, where we're always pulled in one direction and always have to remember to come back to ourselves. And the funny thing about these instances is that the tugs that we're always interacting with and have even become accustomed to are the very essence of the strength of our mindset, are the very building blocks to consciousness in whatever way we are conscious. With the constant direction and redirection that we often face ourselves with within our own balancing, helps us to see something about the truth where we stand between ourselves and the world around us. The steered interactions of everything that we see, everything we come across on a day-to-day basis, that helps us bring knowledge to ourselves. When we're able to pull back, we can bring in the awareness within ourselves that takes over the unawareness that someone else may want us to be in. So if we all start asking about all of the energy that is currently taking over the masses, all of the interacting phenomena of what our eyes come in contact with every day, and what we allow to seep into ourselves and then also express outwardly through our inner interactions with what we believe, what we feel, what we need from the world to connect to ourselves. There's a place within the mind that takes us from one side of knowing to the other side of questioning. And each end of those wavelengths that connect to one another is how we take over our own mind, from what we see and hear every day to what we know to be true within ourselves, and balancing those things with who we are at this moment and the interaction of what that will allow us to become in our future. There's an essence within the mind that takes over us if we allow it, but there's a question within the mind of whether or not that essence that we allow to build will create stability of ourself and our emotions, or the detriments of our ego. Will that essence help us to build something through what we know is good and right, through what we feel can help ourselves in some way to grasp the intercompartmental spaces of everything life has to offer, of everything that we have to offer life, and everything that life has to offer us. Taking over our own mindset of the knowledge within and the empowerment of what that brings us to, and all of the sections within life that helps bring us to our own awareness of truth, of realistic momentum toward where we want to see ourselves be, of how we want to feel ourselves live, of where we need to move ourselves in the directions that we need to go in, and maybe less of all of the distracting mindsets that take over us in negative ways, that help us believe the lies that are put in front of us every day, that help fear take over, that help the lack of understanding and love harden our hearts, and everything that we need to become mentally, everything that we do that starts with our mindset, that helps us believe in something, that helps us to figure out something, that helps us gain the creativity of our life's trajectory. We know within our hearts and minds that when we take over ourselves, when we take over our own mindset of developing our inner strength, we won't allow anyone to take us over with harm. We won't forget who we really are. We won't believe in the distractions that help us move away from ourselves, because we've taken over for our own truth, well-being, well-doing, well-knowing, and overall wellness of how we want to live, see, believe, and think. I'd like to thank you for taking these few moments to listen to what I have to say. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So I'd like to ask you, what about your thinking do you need to take over? And what has taken over your thinking? When you think about it, all of the things that are on your mind at this moment, was that caused by you or someone else? With all that you see on a daily basis, how much of that has affected the connection to yourself and your own mind? Are there ways that you can steer yourself back into your own well consciousness from the thoughts of other people? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment or email theloveofselfpodcast@gmail.com. Please remember, I am not a licensed therapist. Also, check out my book, Love Yourself, a book of poetry and spiritual writings for self-love. It's available now on bookbaby.com. Purchase link is in my Instagram bio. I wish you all peace, love, and joy always. Until next time.